Okay guys, part 2. Now, yes, I kind of left that one as a joke deliberately, so you would have to go to part 2 of me and the instructions, because this thing is confusing, and that's why I wanted to emphasise that, because even with the instructions, it kind of just makes things more confusing. I figured it out now, so you lock it down and start loading your balls in. Now, the reason why they fall out is there's a little arm here, and it has to drop back down, as you can see it there, and it has to drop back down to hold on to the ball. Now if you go like that, and sometimes, there you go, you'll get it to come back out again. So sometimes when you're loading it, which I did, I won't do it now, but it fell out. It wouldn't fall out then, but yeah. So you can load 6 in there. You can also get a 7th in there. What's a nerf rival? You just push it in, and because they're foam, they just come decompress, and there you go. The jam door is here, which I figured out after the video. And I even sprayed that too, which I thought was quite nice. But it's not mechanical. I noticed there's nothing mechanical in there so that this gun will work with the jam door open. So if you wanted to, you could remove this jam door and just have it open for a bit more realism. I will look into just pulling it. It looks like you just pull it. There you go. Didn't break it. There's little to no force. That's why it like fell out in my hand. Yes, you can pop this out. So I'll show you it with the jam door open, just for interest. I will be able to pop this back in. It's not very hard. It looks like it just pops straight back in again. As you can see, little to no force. No, there's not even any scuffs on that. Very happy about that. This is a safety. The safety is on at the moment. Just testing to see if it's cocked. It isn't. Very light trigger. I did fire this off camera. I barely touched it. Yeah, I'm going to cock it now. I'll cock it this way so you can see it. Ooh, so a ball falls out. That was because I loaded the 7th round. I'll get that one in a sec. And when you push forward, I'm guessing that one didn't load one that time. So the jam door, see if this works. So you push it down. Yep, that works. So has an air safety, it looks like, so I put the trigger and hardly any noise. Try again. That's because I did not release the pressure. So there's the other issue. So if the magazine's still down, you have to pop it up into place. So I believe that you can load a 7th in here. Lock that down again. Grab your 7th round, drop it in, hit the release. Make sure it's in line. There you go. So you can load a 7th round. Now I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to hold on to the magazine here just for grip. Very loud pop. Compare this now to the Nerf gun. That was a loud bang. Doesn't have any air restrictors in this, so that was a dry fire. I'm going to try one of the X-Shot rounds. So you can see this one has a lot more power to it, definitely a lot more power, and you can see it hits the target a lot more power. But the price range of this, I think this one's a little bit more expensive. This one has a safety as well, but it's a bit more stiffer. All the stuff on this is really stiff. My one is very stiff. I broke the little loading gate off it, because this isn't mechanical either. However, this gun is quite stiff. Just pulling this back actually hurts my wrist trying to do it. That's how tight it is. So straight away, I definitely think this one is nicer to shoot. I like the external magazine on it. I think it's quite interesting. How you can load the rounds. You just got to remember to lock it back up again. Hitting the release, pushing back up. So there you go. It pops up. Make sure you don't block this. As you can see, I actually blocked this with my hand. And it didn't pop up. So you've got to remember that is a part of the mechanism. But yeah, as soon as I'm left-handed, you do have to turn this over. The sights are off actually. I aimed this dead on and yeah, the sights aren't on. I hit that, was like that, and it hit very below the target. Either that or this is very weak. Looks like it skipped around again. There we go. Oh, it fired two. It seems to fire two quite well. That one hit the wall, it hit directly back at me. So some of the rounds are firing quite good. The reason why I'm thinking it's not loading if I fire it again, when you pull back, the barrel comes forward, and when you push forward, the barrel comes back again. So the barrel comes back over it. So technically, all it's doing is going over the ball. The ball is staying in place. Now that it's loaded the last round, you can now reach in and load more rounds again. So you've got one in the chamber still, so you can always keep one in the chamber and load more rounds. Got some Nerf onto there. I think it's better to load less than the magazine capacity just so you know that it loads properly. So it doesn't like Nerf rounds. So I'm not sure why that is. Let's try that again. So some are firing, some aren't, I'm not sure why. The gun definitely likes to be loaded this way rather than that way, just because gravity seems to help that. The gun seems to fire better upside down as well, which is surprising. There's the last ball. It's surprising that the last ball can be dropped out of there, and that is because of the jam door missing. So bear in mind that this does help with keeping the balls in place. You just have to remember you can't load them from here like that anymore unless you open it. So now that I fired a few rounds off it, it seems to be shooting a lot better. The first couple of rounds seemed to be a lot weaker. Now this seems to be about the same. I think maybe the parts just need to be worn in a little bit. Very interesting gun. It's funny it has UKCA on there. Seems to be like it's sponsored. There's another button here. Not sure what that is. We open this up here. We'll be able to see. So there is no marking on what that button does. Doesn't seem to.